would you say so? Your brother being in the NFL, I always wondered because I did read certain things about the ongoing investigation at the time, and it was stuff on ESPN. Is it something where it's like a code in the league the same way it is in the streets where it's like a certain things you speak of and you don't speak of because of how it could affect you and maybe even family because you got a brother in the league now? I'm wondering take me through the mindset with that. You know what I'm saying? At that time.
I'm gonna tell you this, man. Like you said, I was in some investigations, and honestly, I'm gonna tell you from the standpoint of this. There's a way to be politically correct and still get your point across. You have to not speak from emotions. You have to let the emotions come in, blow them out, and then speak facts to people. And with the investigation thing that I went under, people really didn't understand. It was just literally from a relationship from a dude that I knew. And everything else that he did, who knows? You know what I'm saying? And it was really all BS. They never found anything, and I knew that. I had to go through dispositions like I was on court for murder, sitting in front of NFL and shit like that. And when I went through my first one, I was shook. You know what I'm saying? I was scared. And I'm like, but then by the time it came down, I'm like, I ain't did nothing. So when you sit down, I don't care. Like, sitting in them depositions, they like, well, we have this, that, and the third. I said, first and foremost, can you prove it? No. And secondly, you're not going to be able to prove it because there's nothing there for you to prove. Yeah. But from that standpoint, a lot of people that was in the NFL knew this same dude. He actually worked with the Seattle Seahawks. They GM, I still got text messages in my phone. He, making fun of it, laughing about it. But the thing about it is because of who I am, the name that I made for myself, the connections that I had, genuine people. Man, he gets so much love from players I played against. He'd be in the locker room like, man, dude, you never know who I came across such, man. They thought they played with you, man. They was talking about how good you is, man, bro. You was really that nigga. And I'm just like, at the end of the day, you just be real with people. You know what I'm saying? And I don't have a problem with telling people shit. You need to know. And I'm going to tell you because I'm not going to let you walk away and assume anything. And if you want to know, come ask me. And I'm going to tell you. And if you can handle it, I don't got no problem with telling it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep that shit 100.
Right.
That's how I look at it. So I've always been an outspoken person and I've always been blunt. I'm going to say what I got to say. And if you don't like it, then that's just your own problem. But
he said what he said.
I said what I say, but I'm not going to disrespect nobody doing that either. I truly believe in respect. I'm going to show people respect, but I'm going to tell you what I got to tell you, and it's going to be in a respectful manner. If you get upset, then honestly, that's just your own problem. We got to be strong with that. So
the way you speak about that, it takes me back to when I was a kid. And Brian McNamee. Brian McNamee was like, somebody that was always on ESPN when I'm little. Like, look, I'm like, man, like they bring his name up so much. He's tied to so many athletes. So people weren't using the word plug at the time, but it's like, okay, looking back at it, so he's obviously the plug. But these athletes, you know what I'm saying? There's somebody else that's advising them. And I always wondered, it seems like there's no sympathy for athletes as far as who they're introduced to. It's like, people say it's no sympathy for women. So they look at it like, well, hey, it is what it is. You should have known. They don't realize y'all spending so much time practicing. You got your family, you have kids, you have younger siblings, things like that. It stinks, not knowing who to trust, like you said. What, like for you, from going through all of that, is there a little bit of PTSD type residue to where you kind of have your guard up when you meet people as far as like, can you trust them? Can you not? Like, I'm wondering what is your process that you go through to know, like, okay, this is somebody I can let into my circle. I can do business with. I can't. How do you vet that?
You know what? I can tell you that it's probably more so of a God discerning thing with me personally.
Yeah.
Because I can just tell. I always tell them, and this is just a thing that I tell everybody. Within the first 5 minutes of me talking to somebody, I can already tell you if I'm gonna like them, the person. It takes nothing but a handshake and how you present yourself. First impressions is lasting impressions, and you really need to take that to heart. And I think that once you go through the process and you really start understanding, see, people don't pay attention. Inadvertently enough, with me being type A and then having to play in the NFL, that shit is very detail oriented. I mean, just people don't even realize when you watch an NFL player play on the field, at my position, I'm looking at the clock, I'm looking at the quarterback. I'm looking at the center's hands. I'm looking at the tackle, his feet, his fingers, his nose, his eyes. I'm listening to the communication behind me. I'm talking to the dude next to me. You are multitasking and having to pay attention to everything. And then you still got this crowd noise, right? So with that being said, when I meet somebody, what do you think I'm doing? I done did a damn full background check on you when you walk up to me. I'm looking at everything. I know exactly what it is you're going to do. And I know when I need to pull my guard up and when I need to pull it down.
Yeah.
But in the same token, I think that life experiences to this point has led me to, I mean, even I switched brokerages, and right when I walked in there, I wasn't even there for 2 days. I said, I ain't gonna like this place. And I left, not even 6 months after that. I just knew it. And then that whole brokerage crumbled. You know what I'm saying? So for me, if I really PTSD, I'm a giving person, probably way too giving. And I let everybody kind of inside of my circle. And I'm gonna do for you for a little bit, but I know how to ask the right questions and I know how to watch people. As soon as I do, it's never a hard breakup. You just notice that, damn, Mike don't really talk to me like I used to, or, you know, I ain't heard from him, and I'm never gonna burn the bridge either. I don't care, you know, if you didn't, like I told you, I haven't been through the crap with my baby mom. Police been in my house 8 or 9 times, child protective services and shit like that. But at the end of the day, for me, I don't hate her. I understand her. You know what I'm saying? And you did what you did. That's okay. I'm not gonna burn that bridge. If I burn that bridge, just like God turning his back on me every time I act a damn fool. I can't turn my back on nobody. But I just know that you got this. You gonna stay right here. Yeah, like you just know how to deal with. You just
I have the right to do that. I have the right to know how to deal with you and deal with what's healthy.
100%, and not have that bitterness in my heart, man. I don't think that you can get anything in life if you giving bitterness and you giving hate, you're gonna get that back. And I'm not gonna put that in that house. So yeah.
See, NFL, man, you bless them. You got a stand up spirit about you, because it's kind of, some people being in a situation like that would have been so bitter and would have just been, you know, taking everybody else's name who was involved and be like, oh, let me tell you, is this person, is that person?
No, I take my legs to the chin, bro. Look, if you can't come out to everybody. What they do is they business. We talking about me. You pulling other people in this room, I can't ask for him. You get him in this room and talk to him. I'm just gonna tell you about what I got going on. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's just how I look at it. Like I tell my kids now, when they come, Shelly did this or Ryan did this. I don't care about what they did. What did you do? You done did some shit to make him do that. Or vice versa. Like, I don't care about what they did. How did you handle the situation? Because how you respond determine everything in life. Literally, how you respond to any situation. So if they pissed you off, did you go back at them in that crazy, or did you just take the high road? Which one did you do? I'll deal with them later, but what did you do?
Right.